I'm still adjusting for the live. So, yeah. Hi, everyone. Monday afternoon in the UK on what is the date, the infamous date of Monday, the 9th of October. First and foremost, how is everyone? This is a very impromptu live, and it has been basically prompted by a lot of discussions that I've had over the last 24 hours. If anyone's joining me, please let me know where you're from and how you're doing. So, first and foremost, thank you if anyone's joining me and for those watching it later. So, probably like a lot of you, I've had lots and lots of people, lovely conversations, really difficult conversations over the weekend. And first and foremost, for those that you know me, I am not a political expert at all. But sometimes when you don't know too much about the subject, it can be really. I'm going to put my glasses on so I can see who's joining me. Thank you so much. Oh, Deborah from North Texas and Karen from Australia. My goodness, what time is it in Australia? Leslie from Dundee. Thank you so much for joining me for an impromptu live. I'm going to be doing more of these because I'm really wanting more connection with all of you. There's so many fascinating, interesting things for us all to talk about. I'll just adjust my light a bit because I've had to shut off the blinds in here. It's been a difficult weekend, I think, for everyone, regardless of where you are in the world, what your political stance is. A lot of these things that we've been discussing over the last few years, the one thing I think probably everyone, wow, 12:25 a.m. in Australia. Wow. Thank you, everyone, for joining us all over the world. I really want to get your thoughts in this, and I'll be keeping an eye on the comments because, as I started saying, I am in no way a political expert of any form. However, obviously, like all of you, I've been doing a lot of inner work, research, listening, studying new things that I have never studied before over the last 5 years, really, but really since that infamous day in 9/11, when I can still remember like it was yesterday, when I was sitting there on a course with one of my best friends, Steve, and the Twin Towers happened. Now, I can't mention that too much, so I'm just moving the light out of the way because it's really irritating in my eyes. See if that's better. So, yeah, I was very heavily pregnant with my daughter when that awful event with the Twin Towers happened. And I can remember sitting there and, like everyone, thinking the world's never going to be the same again. What is happening to our world? What is happening? What is really going on in this world? Because the only thing we can be sure is what we see on the news isn't what's really happening. We've got Robin, who is from Israel. Please know things aren't what you think. Absolutely. It was 8 hours before the military came to the rescue of all those poor people. That's exactly what I want to talk about, Robin. Thank you so much. I'd love to see your thoughts in this. This is why I wanted to say something, not because I'm pretending in any way I know what's going on, but because I think we all know that what we're being told isn't what's going on. And even with alternative media, with I still call it Twitter, but obviously X, with all the different channels, with all the different videos circulating, it's still really, really hard for people to try and work out what is going on, what is really happening, what is real, what is not real. The ones that I found quite authentic, I have been sharing on my Twitter platform. But obviously, please share things there with me and tag me things that you're finding out, and particularly people like Robin that have inside information about what's going on. But I think what we can all agree on is it's an absolute atrocity, and there's so many innocent victims, and it's another example. There's no way, I know enough to know that there's no way that breach happened without a lot more involvement of the powers that be. Because we all know, even those of us who've never been to Israel, we know the power of their military. We know the security that they've got in place, and the fact that, so many service people have spoken out and said it's not even possible to have a rat or a cat move along that line without it being detected. So there's no way they could have come over in those numbers without that being an allowed entry. So the one thing I think we all know is what we're being told is complete BS. And that there are loads and loads of innocent victims and continue to be so and will be on both. I've been absolutely horrified at some of the public figures. Let me know what you all think. What have you seen? Who have you seen commenting from public figures? I know a lot of people have been talking about Jordan Peterson. Now, let me set this straight. For me, I don't expect people who talk publicly to have all the answers. I really don't, because no one has all the answers and we're all flawed and we're all seeing life through our own lens. However, I do personally think that when you put yourself in a position to talk about these things, you need to be very mindful when you do have a big sphere of influence about what you are saying. And to hear anyone who is supposedly keeping up to date with what's going on in the world to actually talk about go get them and pitting one side up with the other and go to war, etc., etc. It's absolutely disgusting. I mean, where is the compassion for people? Where is the fact that real lives are being affected by this in the most horrendous and terrifying way? I need to switch off my WhatsApp whilst I'm doing this. It's going absolutely mad at the moment. So, you know, it's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting, the lack of compassion. You know, whatever our belief systems are, when we lose that ability to have compassion for other living beings of whatever species, but let's talk about the humans in this. Of course, there'll be loads of animal tragedies going on in this scenario, in any war scenario there are. But when we lose compassion as human beings, we've lost everything. It's game over. The evil has won. And I think I'm so sick of the division that's being caused. I'm so sick of people having an opinion that they're not open to. Thank you for your comments. Please do put in the comments what you feel, and I will go back and talk about some of those. I wish there was a way that I could think of that we could make this a really interacting two-way conversation, because I really know what you feel. But what I'm feeling at the moment is a massive sense of disappointment. A lot of people who know me that I prefer to spend a lot of my time with animals, because a coach once said to me, no one ever breaks your heart, they break your expectations. And I think as a human to human, we have a lot of expectations about integrity, about compassion, about being kind, about generally being a good human. We shouldn't need rules and regulations in place to know the inherent difference between right or wrong. And here I'm talking about the major issues of right or wrong. So therefore, when you see something happen and it just causes more and more loggerheads, that's exactly what I'm just going to call them, the black hearts, the evil want. That's exactly what they need to do. And I don't have any answers. Let me know what you all think. Please let me know who's got a solution here that they can think of. Because what do we do in situations like this to keep an open mind, to send whatever love, healing, whatever we can, prayers, whatever resonates with you, to everyone involved in this conflict? Because so many people are being used as pawns on a chessboard. That much is obvious. Now, I can't pretend to know who's pulling the strings. Like all of you, I use these terminologies like the cabal, the Illuminati. You know, we've all heard them. I did hear a very good video by David Icke expressing his opinion on the situation, and quite honestly, I really agree with it. But all I can say is this weekend, I've had that same feeling in my stomach that I did when that event happened in September 20 years ago, 21 years, 22 years ago now. And it feels that serious and that significant to me. Now, I hope I'm wrong. I really hope I'm wrong. There's so many things over the last few years I've hoped I've been wrong about. And I continue to be so. Unfortunately, like a lot of us are finding out, a lot of us are finding that it's true. But I wonder what we can do. Who's got suggestions for what we can all do? I think the reason why I think that platforms like YouTube, and why I decided to go onto YouTube rather than some of the other platforms, is I do think when we consciously project our energy in a really positive way, then it does make a difference. I think that unfortunately, when we're talking about all the things that can go wrong, and it's really hard for us not to, because sometimes you need to know what you don't want to know what you do want. But then we have to switch it. We have to switch it into this positive projection. And in terms of, what if this time things can be different? What if this time the sides, the different sides that are being played against each other can say, enough, we're not going to annihilate each other, that we're not going to play into their play group. We're not going to play their game any longer. How can we all help make that happen? I can see I really want to block some people here, but I just don't know how to on here. So let me just address a couple of people in the comments that I need to be blocked. Yeah, I think, you know, this is the problem, is we've got to somehow think, how do we change our behavior on an individual level? Where in our lives have we got this conflict? Where are we playing out this division? Because it does happen to all of us. It's so hard for us not to. And I think that this is the problem, is I'm going to remove some of these things, these comments where we've got these horrible comments coming up, because when we play into this agenda that's being pushed out so blatantly and has got so many innocent victims, then obviously we're sending that ripple effect energetically across the world. So let me know what some of your thoughts are, what some of your solutions. My thoughts are, of course, this is absolutely a manipulated, staged event that would have been planned well in advance. That there are lots of real and innocent victims in this, which is absolutely tragic and are going to continue to be so. And that a lot of people are being used as puppets to play one side off against the other. And it's so hard, because this rages such an emotion in all of us. Robin's saying, pray for all of us, pray for the babies, the children. Absolutely. I'm so with you, Robin. Thank you for that. Ali's saying, stay positive, because we're more than this reality. This is brilliant. I completely, Ali, this is so beautifully said. Stay positive, because we're more than this reality. We're a strong piece of source and stronger in numbers. Pray for those people that are used. Beautiful, beautiful, Robin and Ali. This is exactly why I wanted to come on today. Not because I pretend I've got any solutions, not because I pretend I know what's going on, but because I do know that when we put those prayers into place, when we come together and we say no more, we can see through or we don't need to know the details of exactly names of who's in charge, so long as we can see through the master plan, so long as we can see what they're trying to achieve with this and do the opposite. To me, that's good enough. That's good enough to shift reality, to shift the energy behind it. I completely agree, Dennis. Revenge is never the answer. Only by talking can we come together as one people. So, thank you so much. Honestly, what a brilliant group we've got on this live today. I really appreciate you all, because this is what we need. The power of words, when it's written down, it's even more powerful. This is really true, Ken. I think we always need to remember, peace is only possible when we stop playing their game. So what I'm crying out for, and I'm saying this, as you know, whenever I'm talking, I'm always talking to myself as much as everyone else. I'm saying, what can we each all do right here, right now, to stop playing into the game? What daily actions are we taking that are still buying into their agenda? This is such an important question for us to ask ourselves, because it's those individual actions that we all take in each and every day. Where are we reaching out to our neighbor? Where are we healing a division within our families, within our loved ones, within friendship groups, within our communities? Where are we getting brave to speak our thoughts with honesty and integrity? And what I mean by that is, we don't need to know the answers to share our thoughts. Excuse my light. It's really off-putting, but it's really dark in here because I've had to shut the sun out. Where are we being really honest and integral in our actions, in our thoughts, in communicating and asking questions to people? When people are reaching out and are coming to a reaction, where can we show them compassion and try and open up conversations? Because whether we like it or not, some of the influential people, I've seen comments from Robert F. Kennedy Jr. that I'm absolutely surprised about, from loads of different people. But then again, why am I surprised? Why am I expecting these people to have all the answers when I don't have all the answers? So I think, observing, as people are saying, let me read some more of your comments. Observing, don't absorb. West Coast Girl, what a beautiful way of putting that. This is such good advice. This is why we need to come together and do more of this. And please let me know whether you're happy for me to pop on daily and how much notice you need for that. Because all I'm looking to do with these lives is for us to come together as a community and share this positive messages. This is absolutely fantastic because everyone in the comments is showing positive, uplifting, useful stuff that we can all take on board, because we're all going to have dips at different times. As I said, for me, I got that real gut punch where it just felt exactly like I'd felt 22 years ago, where this is a life-changing, it's a new stage of their game. And I do feel so many people are aware that we've got the best chance that we've ever have for shifting out of this current reality matrix, whatever you want to call it, because the more of us that are aware and the more of us that can shine a light of it and saying we don't need to know the details, we just need to know that this is a lie, this is an illusion, you're playing people with the worst possible consequences, then I think I think then we've got a brilliant chance of changing the course of history. And this is, so many people are going out and doing this. And I think this is where we can use social media to our advantage, to how can we put that positive message out. I know Jason Shirker, who's in Israel at the moment, who sending love and best wishes to him and all his family. He's doing a global meditation on the 10th. I, for one, will be joining that, because the more we all get together and send these positive vibes out there, it's literally life-changing. It can shift our world, and it needs to happen. And yeah, I do agree that there are a lot of people that are brainwashed by their religions in terms of what they should and shouldn't do. Let me read some of the other comments. Like Maui, keep praying for all of us. Yeah, our true selves already know the outcome. We will succeed. Absolutely. Beautiful, Ali. Beautifully expressed. Innocent victims, the humans, the animals, what we can do is we can really put our positive messages out there. We can do whatever we can to support charities that we trust. Now, isn't this a master plan, the evil genius, where so many people know that they can't trust a lot of the charities now? So that gives us to inactivities. Let's put our efforts into finding charities that we can trust to make sure that we do some good. I think that would be a really proactive thing we can do. And I know a lot of really great people that have been doing that in Maui. And Nelly, I completely agree. Whatever people do or don't think about the Q board, synchronicities are there for a reason. And Israel till last is absolutely on there. I love that, Chris Frey. I'm not taking sides in these wars. Pray for the innocent civilians and also those that are forced for fight. I'm 100% with you there, Chris, as well. You know, I've got a son in his early 20s. We know that at the moment it's not just men, it's men and women. It doesn't matter what sex you are. There's innocent victims that are being forced to fight, that are being brainwashed into doing things because they think it's the right thing to do. Perhaps, who knows, who can get into the mind of some of these people. But I really appreciate you joining me here today. I really want to just say, let's all get together as much as we can. Let's really spread these positive messages that each and every one of you has come up with on here, because this is what is literally going to change the world. One person, one thought, one vibration at a time. Let's try and keep putting this out there. Let's flood the social media with messages of what can be done. I think Robin's saying, the people of Israel, along with me, everyone is donating food to send to the children in the army going to Gaza. Yeah, I think that's true. Chris Frey, some people are told, fight, we're going to kill your family. They are victims. Everyone who's not at the control center of this is a victim. Every animal, every human, on whatever side people are categorizing them on, it's absolutely terrible. We all know, the one thing I know here, honestly, the people that watch my channel, I can't really express how grateful I am for you all, because we do know, we do absolutely know that we can make a difference, and we can make a difference by being more aware of our daily actions, our thoughts, our intentions. We can make a difference by not sitting back and not saying something, because that's one of the most dangerous things we can do. We can make a difference by being prepared to we can make a difference by being prepared to be wrong, being prepared to hear another point of view. All of these things is absolutely true. Dennis, the living need our help and love. Absolutely. We don't need to add to the hurting pain of more people. We need to heal and move past taking of our lives. Yeah. Setting an intention and spreading the light. We are the ants at their picnic, but the ants are very powerful when we come together. So I couldn't have wished for more from jumping on this live today. Each and every one of you, you are, every single word that you've put out there is literally putting this message out into the universe. And for you saying, I'm just going to block you again, saying we're not living in the real world. Actually, we are living in the real world, and this is why we're prepared to change it. And we're not going to sit back there and be victims in it. I'm blocking that stupid person who's made those comments. And because, like, if you're going to sit there and just criticize and throw stones, we're never going to move past this. All the rest of you on here, apart from one person, all the rest of you on here have got it. You've got it and articulated it far better than I could. Of our words, our thoughts, our intention, our prayers do make a difference. And the more we talk about this, the more we spread this, the more we come together, the more we can make a difference. So thank you so much, everyone. I'm going to try and do a live update every day this week. If anyone joins me and adds this beautiful energy like you all have today, I am really, really grateful. And I know everyone worldwide is grateful, because the one thing we do know is this isn't the end of it. We've seen atrocity after atrocity after atrocity, and we're just not standing it for anymore. And I'm constantly asking, my God, my universe, what can I do? How can I add value? How can I make a difference? And I haven't got those answers, but what I'm actually doing is I'm going to keep asking those questions, and I 100% know the answers will come, particularly with beautiful humans like this that we've got on the chat today, that are absolutely aligned to make a difference. Thank you, each and every one of them. How do you stop such hatred? Exactly, Robin. It's something that has been, you know, all of us have got our different areas, and having worked in animal rescue for about 30 years now, it's something that's made me back off from humanity a lot, actually, because how do you stop this evil? How do you stop this brainwashing? How do you stop what's going on? And I don't know the answers as such, but I do know that each and every one of us does make a difference. And I do know that when we have conversations like this, and when we do get together, it will make a difference. So please do like and share. We need new positive people. Anyone who watches this on the replay, put at the time in the messages, what's good, what good times work for you for the lives. Do you find this useful? I'm happy to have guests on the channel as well. And thank you so much for each and every one of you. We don't need to be experts. We don't need to. I know this is a very impromptu, probably not a very professional way. I haven't come up with any clear facts, because I'm not the person to do that. Look at my X or Twitter, as I still call it. I've shared some brilliant information from people that know far more than I will ever know. But I know an agenda. I know a complete setup when I see one, and I know that we can do something about it. So let's keep going. Thank you so much. I'll see you all tomorrow, and let's get those prayers together and join forces. Any suggestions, welcome. Let me know. And everyone is waking up. You're right, Ali. People are waking up in numbers. We're watching a movie pay out, and what we'll do is we'll plan that meditation together. Thank you so much, everyone. It really does mean the world to all of us. And for anyone that's watching this that is personally affected, our love and thoughts and prayers are with you and will be there. Lots of love. Thank you.